Black Mages have long complained that the job gets a substantial rework each expansion, rendering previous mechanics obsolete and upending the rotation. Heavensward and Shadowbringers mark the most drastic changes, but will Endwalker continue the trend? I'm Emmerich, and today I'm reviewing the changes to Black Mage that challenge this notion. In Heavensward, Black Mages gained their two most iconic abilities, Enochian and Leylines. This created a hard cutoff between level 50 Black Mage and the level 60 Black Mage. In Shadowbringers, the Aspect Mastery trait created a similar divide. Pushing yourself to 0 MP was expected at level 80, but is harmful to the rotation at 70. Even today, content under level cap feels worse for Black Mages due to the lack of spells, abilities, and quality of life gained over time. Endwalker's resolving most of these conflicts with adjustments to Enochian and Aspect Mastery. Firstly, Enochian is becoming a trait. As a trait, Enochian increases the damage of spells while under either Astral Fire or Umbral Ice by 5%. As before, it is enhanced at level 70 to provide Polyglot stacks for casting Foul or Xenoglossy, and increases the damage bonus to 10%. Enochian is further enhanced at level 78 to increase the damage bonus to 15%, and one final time at 76 to increase the damage bonus to 20%. As a result of this change, Fire 4 and Blizzard 4 are now only castable under their associated element and do not require a buff. As for Aspect Mastery, the trait is being completely reworked and now provides the foundations for the Endwalker Black Mage. The new Aspect Mastery trait, now gained at level 1, retains its previous effect of reducing the MP cost of the opposing element spells to 0 while under either effect. It also includes the Astral Fire and Umbral Ice clauses that would previously only be found on Fire and Blizzard 1. Instead of the evolution of Astral Fire and Umbral Ice being tied to a variety of traits like Magic and Mend and Aspect Mastery, Square Enix has folded many of these clauses into upgrades of the Aspect Mastery trait, providing some much-needed clarity and consistency. Aspect Mastery 2 and 3 now grant the appropriate number of stacks for Astral Fire and Umbral Ice. Speaking of meaningful changes to existing Black Mage spells, Aspect Mastery 3, gained at level 35, now also provides maximum stacks of Astral Fire or Umbral Ice when casting Fire 2 or Blizzard 2. This change serves to smooth out the Black Mage's AoE rotation in low-level dungeons, especially from levels 35 to 58. Another large change to Black Mage's AoE rotation comes from changes made to the Blizzard spells and traits. Freeze no longer grants Umbral Ice, but instead grants 3 Umbral Hearts at level 58, with Enhanced Freeze being granted at the same time as Blizzard 4. The Enhanced Umbral Heart trait, previously granted at level 68, has been removed, and the effect folded into the base effect of Umbral Hearts to allow for consistent behavior when casting Flare. At level 80, Foul also becomes instant cast to bring the AoE rotation in line with the single target use of Polyglot. This creates more consistent AoE rotation up through level 82, utilizing Blizzard 2/Blizzard 3 based on positioning. Using Foul as Polyglot becomes available, casting Freeze to obtain Umbral Hearts, and transitioning to Flare before casting Blizzard to restart the cycle once you run out of MP. The new Aspect Mastery 4 trait at level 82 upgrades Black Mage's AoE spells to High Fire 2 and High Blizzard 2. High Blizzard 2 serves to be a targeted AoE that replaces the self-centered Blizzard 2. High Fire 2 acts as a transitional spell that applies Astral Fire and a stacking buff to boost Flare's potency. These changes translate into Black Mage having a consistent AoE rotation through max level, where you cast High Blizzard 2 to gain Umbral Ice, then cast Freeze to obtain Umbral Hearts. Once you have the 3 hearts, cast High Fire 2 twice to transition into Astral Fire and gain both stacks of Enhanced Flare, before using the last heart to cast 1 Flare and a second Flare to use the last stack of Enhanced Flare along with your remaining MP. All of these changes taken together remove the awkward level gaps where Black Mage's AoE rotation and abilities simply overwrite previous iterations and create a smooth curve for the rotation to naturally evolve. The single target rotation has also seen some smoothing. At level 90, Black Mages receive the Paradox spell. This spell will become the anchor for Black Mage's entire rotation. Upon shifting to Umbral Ice after reaching 3 stacks of Astral Fire, or shifting to Astral Fire after reaching 3 stacks of Umbral Ice and 3 Umbral Hearts, you'll gain Paradox. Your Blizzard 1 and Fire 1 spells will be replaced with Paradox while you have the buff, allowing you to cast a highly damaging spell that refreshes the duration of your current phase and has a chance to proc Firestarter while in Astral Fire. Some Black Mages may see this as a problem at first, given how flexible the job has been with spell speed. And if you fall into this camp, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the job in the comments. I believe the strong incentives for utilizing Umbral Ice feel more in line with the intended flow of the job. The developers clearly intended Black Mages to rotate between both stances, and using Paradox as a reward for spending time in Umbral Ice helps offset the damage loss for extra Fire 4s. Overall, Black Mage was not on my radar as a job receiving exciting changes before the media tour. That said, the effort put in by the development team to make the job more enjoyable at all level ranges speaks to their passion for the job, and it shows. The commitment to longer term thinking got me more excited to play the job than I have been in years, and I can't wait to blow some people up in the new PvP mode. What are your thoughts on Black Mage changes? If you like the video, click the thumb, consider a sub. If you want to check out more content, links are in the description for Twitch, Twitter, and the community Discord.